Hello. Oh my goodness. I was going to record Valkyrie's first paddleboard ride. Valkyrie and I are gonna go paddleboarding for the first time. I've been, she has not. So we are gonna see how well she does in a paddleboard and if she likes it. If she doesn't, that's fine. We don't have to stay on it and we will find something else to do. And I didn't because it was really stressful. She almost fell in once, which is better than I thought she was going to do. But yeah, I didn't get any footage of that. I was soaked because it wasn't, in my head, I was like, oh, I'll be fine if I just sit down in my pants. And luckily I had like biker shorts on, but I didn't have a swimsuit on. So like my whole butt got like soaked with water and Valkyrie was like shaking a little bit and then she wouldn't sit down. And then finally she did. She sat down and she enjoyed it, but I was like, I'll include some pictures. But it was very stressful because I didn't have a waterproof bag. So that was fun. Anywho's, so I apologize. I was gonna make a whole like video of it, but I didn't get any footage. So you'll just have to think and imagine what had happened. So in this video, this is gonna be hopefully a little more structured than my normal videos of me just getting on and talking. But probably not, now that I think about it. But anyway, this video is kind of an explanation of why I am leaving the US and moving abroad to Europe, and specifically kind of why I chose the country that I did, and kind of going a little bit more in depth than I have in the past of why. So Valkyrie's just having some fun. So why I'm leaving the US. Honestly, it's a bit crazy here right now. That's like not the whole point of why I'm leaving, but it is one of them. I'm obviously gonna still be voting, like absentee ballot voting. But as far as like politics go, it's really crazy and it's just, it doesn't feel safe anymore. So that's one of the reasons I'm wanting to leave. Two, I don't know if you can hear Valkyrie in the background just flinging her toy around. I'm sorry if you can. Two, I just want to experience a new culture. Like, I have this great opportunity with me being a dual citizen with Ireland to travel to Europe and get to live there without any like restrictions on like visas and things like that. And why wouldn't I want to pursue this opportunity? I don't want to pass this up because it's just, some people don't get that opportunity. And now that I have it, I'm like, I have to pursue it and I want to pursue it. So I just want to experience a different culture, a different kind of lifestyle. I feel like America is very fast paced. You have to get things done. Like, it's very structured where it's like, you go to work, you do all this, you do like, it's just very, you know, and I want to experience something different and learn a new language. So that is kind of why I'm leaving the US. Just a new opportunity and a dream that I've always had. So I'm pursuing my dream, and that's that. Why I'm going to the country that I'm going to. So I started off with a few different countries that I had wanted to go to. The first one was that I had on my list was Lisbon, Portugal, or really anywhere in Portugal, either Lisbon or more southern Portugal, like near the Algarve, like in that region. So that was my first one. And I was stuck on this for a while because like I just really liked it, and I was learning Portuguese for a little bit and it was so fun. And then I kind of realized, you know, I don't, it's very hard to get out of Portugal when you have a dog, especially like if I don't want to take a plane because I don't really like planes. And I wanted to take like a train or things like that, or a bus, like dogs aren't allowed on the bus. And at this point that I was looking at, dogs aren't allowed on the bus. And there aren't really any trains that connect from Portugal to Spain, which is really weird. I don't know why, but yeah, so that's kind of the reason why I was like, you know, I want ease of travel, and Portugal didn't really offer me that. The next place that I was looking at was Vienna, Austria. And this was one of the countries that I was like, this is where I'm going to live. Like, this was my top country. I was looking at different districts and where I wanted to live in. And it was just like, it was great. I was like, I'm excited. Like, this is awesome. but it didn't feel like I was excited, but I didn't feel like it was my full excitement, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like I could have been more excited. And so I liked Vienna. I think it's a great city. It's beautiful. There's so many hiking that you can do, and that's something that I needed. I wanted hiking, and I wanted a dog-friendly place, and I wanted somewhere safe. Vienna is extremely safe, especially for a solo woman. It's very dog-friendly. Like, dogs can go anywhere, basically. Like trains, buses, trams, just like whatever, they can go. Some people even take like their dogs to the mall. That's kind of like throughout Europe, I feel like, which I never experienced that here in the US. Like, there are some dog-friendly stores, but not like a mall. So dog-friendly is super important to me. Vienna offered that, and I was like, hell yeah, like, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing. So the reason I ended up not choosing Vienna then was, though it's beautiful, it felt almost, it wasn't very vibrant to me. Like, it's beautiful, like, it's very historic, it's just extraordinary architecture, which is awesome, but I was looking for a little bit more vibrancy, and, you know, a lot of the buildings are just kind of like monotone, white, gray, like things like that, and I was like, I don't know if that's what I'm kind of vibing with. So I kind of put that on the back burner. I was like, okay, let me look up some other things. Let me see what else is out there. So I kind of I did use ChatGPT to like help me narrow this down. And I actually, the options that ChatGPT gave me, the final option that I chose actually wasn't something that ChatGPT gave me. It was something that I had heard from a coworker. And I was like, ooh, like, they went to like a honeymoon in this place. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna look that up. The places that ChatGPT told me would be good was based off of a few things, right? It was, you know, I said, I want dog friendly. Like, that is the biggest thing for me, is dog friendly. I'm bringing Valkyrie. She's now my service dog in training. Earlier this year, we started training with her, and she'll finish that up in September, and she'll get AKC Good Citizen certified. Dog friendly, I wanted that. And then eventually when I move to Europe, I want to get her recognized as a service dog in Europe, because they have a different training process and different like programs that you have to go through to get them like recognized in Europe. And so I want to do that with her when we get there as well. But anyway, so dog friendly was something that was super important to me. Also, being able to hike. Like, I want to be able to go out in nature and hike and escape the city and have access to nature and things like that. Easy access to nature, right? I want to have like multiple train or bus routes to get out of the city into a national park or into some sort of mountain, whatever. So that was the second one. I wanted to also feel relatively safe, like anywhere. I feel like Europe is it's just a little bit more safer than America, because there's not like the threat of like gun violence there. Maybe some stabbings and like petty theft, but here it's like, oh, you know, I gotta worry about my kids going to school and not coming home. Like, that's crazy, and I don't want to experience that. So it has to be safe where I'm going, which is basically anywhere in Europe for the most part. Not really, but for the most part, Europe is generally safer than America. I also wanted vibrancy. I wanted like sun mostly year round, and that's why like Vienna, like they have winter there. It's not as extreme as where I'm currently at in Minnesota, where it gets like to freezing temperatures. So it wasn't as bad as that, but it still does get gloomy, and I don't think I can handle really another gloomy winter. Like, I think I could visit Vienna in the winter for like a few days or a week, but I don't think I could live there for a winter and deal with that gloominess and things like that. So that's why Vienna was off my list. So ChatGPT, I put in that as well, as like mostly sun year round, and I wanted a beach as well. Like I wanted a beach. So that kind of narrowed it down to a few different places, mostly in the Mediterranean. So one of the places that it gave me was Valencia, Spain, and that was something I was considering as well. And I already speak a little bit of Spanish, so I was like, this would be the easiest place for me, besides like an English-speaking country, this would be the easiest place for me to acclimate and to get used to the culture and get used to the language, because I already have some prior knowledge of Spanish. I know it's a different kind of like dialect there, but it would have been easier than like learning German and like things like that. And I really liked Valencia. I thought it's beautiful, it's vibrant, it's very warm, it's sunny, there's a beach nearby, but they're not as dog friendly as I would hope, as I would have hoped. Dogs can go, I think it was like small dogs can go on like buses and like trains and things like that, but like as far as big dogs, because Valkyrie is a big dog, they can't really go on like public transport as much. So that kind of sucks. And again, because Valkyrie isn't like recognized as a service dog in Europe, I wouldn't be able to do that there. Like she wouldn't be able to go on like public transport there. Like here, that's fine. Over there, no, because she's not like recognized by, I can't remember what program it is. I'll have to like, there's like some sort of like abbreviation for it. But that's why I want to get her certified over there with an organization. Also, so Valencia, beautiful. I was like, this is great. But again, it's kind of like Portugal. It's kind of far from different things that I want to do. Like the reason I liked Vienna so much was because it was Central Europe and I could get to like different countries very quickly, which I love. Spain and Portugal, that's very different. Like, you can get to other countries easily by plane, but again, I don't like planes and I'd rather travel by a train. So that was something that I was considering with Valencia. Is I think it's beautiful, but I want easier access to get to different places, especially with Valkyrie. And Valencia didn't really seem to offer that either. So then I was like, maybe I should look in like Italy, because Italy is very dog friendly. Like they love dogs over there. But I just like nothing really like called to me in Italy. Not a huge, yeah, like I think it'd be very awesome to visit Italy, but like nothing really spoke to me there. And I was like, ugh, like what's left? And then my coworker, she went on a honeymoon to France. And she visited Paris, she visited all these different like towns and cities in France. And she had mentioned Nice, France. And I was like, oh, I've heard of it, but I haven't looked it up and seen what it looks like. So I looked it up on Google and I was like, like, it like called to me. I was like, this is like, as soon as I looked it up, I said, yes, this is it. Like, I know this is it. And I looked more into it. I was on like Facebook groups for expats or like immigrants in France, and looking up TikToks and Reddit forums and doing all this research on France and Nice specifically. And I was like, this is like exactly what I'm looking for. Like it's very dog friendly, which is exactly what I needed. It is close to like hiking. Like they have beautiful hikes in Nice and outside of Nice. And there were only like under 8 hours, I think, train ride from the Alps, which I was like, yes, because like that was important too. What the fuck is this? That's funny. And it's also close to the Dolomites in Italy, which I was like, yes, that's perfect. It's on a beach. Like there's a beach there because it's on the Mediterranean, and like it's vibrant and it's warm, and it was perfect. And I don't know French. However, I will learn French. I know je suis une femme. Je suis une femme. So I'll be learning through Duolingo and like for the months leading up, and then I will take French classes in France to kind of help get me more acclimated. So yes, I chose Nice, France, and I'm so excited. And I've been like posting on TikTok a lot of moving to France and specifically Nice. And there's already been like 2 people who have moved there within like either the last year or the last like 3 months. And they're like, hey, like, like, and especially like they were both Black women, and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome, yeah. And they're like, when you get here, like, let's go meet up for a coffee, like, let's go. I'm like, yes. So I already have 2 potential friends, or just people that I would know when I go to Nice. So it's nice to have like resources there, like somebody that I can like reach out to and like ask about their experience, or say like, hey, you know, what is your opinion on this? Or how did you go about doing this? Things like that. So I wouldn't feel as lonely. They also have fiber optic. So that's important to me for gaming. It wasn't like a deal breaker, but I was like, I have to be able to like play video games because I'm bringing my PC. And I'm also probably either when I'm there, I don't know, I'll have to figure this out, but I'm also going to get a gaming laptop so that when I do travel to like other places, for maybe if I stay somewhere for a week or 2 weeks, whatever, that's kind of how I stay connected to my friends here, is through gaming. So I want to be able to like, you know, game when I go visit other countries as well. Not that like, I also want to enjoy my time in other countries and not be using technology and things like that. But it is still as important to me that I have good Wi-Fi and good connection wherever I go or wherever I'm living, so that I can stay connected through games with my friends. And I also stream. Not very often. I'm going to start doing it more frequently, but I also stream on Twitch and on TikTok. So I want to be able to still being able to like upload and live stream there. So that is, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then like, I feel so much more excited about this. And it's something that my therapist also like brought up too, is, you know, you seem more happy talking about Nice, France and moving than you did when we were talking about like Portugal or Vienna. Like, you just seem so much more energetic about it. And I'm like, you know what? Like, you're right. Like, I do feel like this is a good place for me to go. Like, I'm so excited. I'm like looking up stuff every day. I'm starting in the month of July, which is right now. I'm going to be starting to apply for jobs because I have no idea what the job market is over there. I don't know how easy it is for me to get a job in the field that I'm in of like HR and recruiting, but I have a lot of like transferable skills that I think would translate very well into a lot of different roles. So I'm hoping that I can have some success there. And I'm just kind of in the process of figuring out like how I'm going to get things over there. Like, I talked about getting my gaming PC over to Europe, and people in my TikTok comments were like giving me tips and help and like things like that. So I'm very grateful for that. And then I'll start downsizing some clothes and things like that. I am going to keep my car. I'll give my car to my dad to store for the winter, and like, so he can use it in the winter, because he has like a, I have an SUV, which is really good in the winter. And then he has like a car. I think it's like a convertible car, which, I mean, I think it's like 4x4, not 4x4. I think it's all wheel drive, but you know, you might not want to drive a convertible like in the winter. So I'm going to give my dad my car to keep and to drive if he wants. And then I also have like a TV that if I do come back to the US, which we'll see. Like, again, I can't like speak on how long I'm going for. I at least want to go to France for a year, unless I absolutely hate it. And I'm like, I got to come back to the US. Like, then I'll come back. So I am keeping my stuff just in case. So I'll give my dad my TV as well. And yeah, so that's why we're leaving. That's where we're going. So I'll be making a lot more content surrounding the move and how I'm prepping, and hopefully doing some videos on like training with Valkyrie, because she's doing so good in her classes. At home, we've been doing some fun tricks and fun training things, and then more serious ones. We're starting more tasks that help me with what I'm dealing with. So Valkyrie is my psychiatric service dog, and so she helps to mitigate some of those anxious attacks and those behaviors, and stops that. So that's what we're working on right now, is interfering with those habits and those situations, especially going to like a new country. Like, that's going to be really scary, and there's going to be a lot of people. And yeah, so she's been doing great. We've been learning Orbit. We've been learning DPT. We've been learning like interrupting those anxious behaviors. So I bite my nails a lot. I have a lot of like repetitive OCD patterns that she'll help interrupt. So she's gonna be really good for me, which I'm just so excited about. She's so smart. She's so wonderful. I love her. And she's just doing so well. And shout out to my friend for kind of giving me that encouragement and that push to make her my service dog. Like, we talked about it and she's like, you know what? You should turn Valkyrie into a service dog. And I was like, I've considered it, but like, I don't know. And like, I feel like when you think of service dogs, sometimes you think of like people who have like physical disabilities that you can see. And I just didn't know if I would feel like almost like an imposter with like a psychiatric disability. And, you know, she gave me that push and I talked with my psychologist about it. And after that, I decided, I was like, yeah, like, I think this is a good idea. And so that's that. And that's what we've been doing for like since earlier this year. And I'll keep you guys updated on Valkyrie and her training and all that stuff and just the move in general. And if you guys have any tips or tricks or anything that you want to leave or any advice or on how to move and if you've made a move abroad, I would love to know, and I would love to know your experience and how you got on and just things like that. I love to learn about people's experiences and their challenges, what they wish they would have known, what they wish they would have done better, things like that. So I'm super excited to announce, yes, we're going to Nice, France, and we're leaving late October. October just seems like the best month, and I want to, like, I'll have enough money saved up. I won't be moving without a job. I could move because I'll have enough money saved up for, like, I would say at least 6 or 7 months. And if I, you know, let's say if I didn't find a remote job or any job in Nice, like a corporate job, I would probably just work at like a hotel or a cafe. Probably not a cafe because I don't speak French, but like maybe at a resort, like where they really need English speakers, maybe to like talk to like tourists and visitors and things like that. I think that would be helpful. So I have backup plans just in case things don't happen. But yeah, so that's that. And again, I'm so excited and this is such a great opportunity. I feel very blessed. I feel like things are finally working out in my favor because this last year has been so tough. Like, so tough. Went through so many things. I don't want to start crying, but I went through so many tough things and challenges, and I didn't think I would make it through it. And here I am going to start this amazing journey with my beautiful, lovely dog. And I'm so grateful to have her by my side. It's just going to be great. And yeah, and I hope you guys stick around, and thank you for supporting me. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, you guys. Like, I'm 2 away. I'm literally at 998 subscribers. I can't believe that like almost 1,000 people are like subscribed to me. So that's insane. That's wild. And I thank each and every one of you for watching my videos and just sticking by me and wanting to hear what I have to say. So I will see you guys next time. And I hope you have a great week and that you do something kind for yourself. Okay, bye.